I just got my February 2026 Illumicrate box, and let's open it together. So this box, I was very interested in what the items were going to be because they moved down to only 3 items. I think normally they have 4 items. And they already told us that one of the items is a set of bookmarks. So kind of curious to see if the quality of the other items makes up for less items. And to be honest, I think usually half the items I don't even care about. So I don't really know that less items is a bad thing necessarily. It's more just what items, which is always what I'm wondering is how, like, what are the items going to be? Are they going to be useful, and are they going to be well made? Because those chip clips, like, I don't know, a year or 2 ago, those were bad. So first we have a blanket based on the adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. It is the Great Cave of Socotra blanket. I don't know that I remember what that is specifically in the book, but I did at least read this book this time, so I'm a little more excited for the item because of that. I have another one of the blankets from Illumicrate upstairs, and I do like the quality. I think it's pretty good. I don't know that they're my favorite blankets, but I am a big fan of blankets, so I don't mind this item. I will use it. Okay, I think I have it. I think I like this blanket more than the other one, which I think was more like fairy based. I forget which book it was about, but I did not read the book, and I still haven't read it, whatever that was. But I'm satisfied with this. The next item we have is the Protection of the Gods coasters, which is inspired by God Killer by Hannah Kaner. If you can see the box. I am a big fan of coasters as well. I can never have enough coasters. I have broken one of my coasters I use now. So, okay. I do like these ones. They look like pretty decent quality. I think the lip is good. I think one thing that gets really annoying with coasters, and I think it is more like this ceramic-y coaster, is that, like, honestly it might be like all coasters, but when the glass sweats, it like sticks to the coaster and then it lifts it and drops and breaks it. That's how my other coaster broke. So hopefully that doesn't happen with these, but I do plan on using them. I think they're pretty well done. I like these coasters. I like the colors. I like the designs. I think that is a solid item. And then the last thing we have for the items, because we only have 3, is Until the Last Star bookmark set, inspired by the Illuminae files by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I'm never a fan of the bookmarks, other than there was one bookmark we got. I think I have it. Okay, I guess there's 2 bookmarks we got. I put them in my little bookmark case. These 2 like metal ones I like. I think they're more interesting than the other ones. I mean, I don't really use them, but they have a nice spot in my display book. I do not like people on my on anything really. I don't like them on my books. I don't like them on my calendars, and I don't really care for them on my bookmarks. These ones, they also have the same design on both sides, which is kind of boring. And I don't know who these people are, so like this is not very useful to me. But I will put them in my bookmark container. I guess if I talk to anybody who's read this book, maybe I'll gift these bookmarks to them if I remember what bookmarks these are for. This probably would have been good to show at the beginning, but this is our theme for February. It's A Crew of My Own. So this book, you know, like I guess the items that we've received, ocean themed, or like, I don't know if it's pirates, but they did say it's like similar to Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi, or it's like the same vibe. And I really like that book. So that is partially why I was excited for this one. I don't know that books about sea adventures necessarily speak to me, but when I was thinking about Amina al-Sarafi, and like it reminded me of One Piece, the anime, the way the crew interacted in Amina al-Sarafi was very similar, and it was very convivial. I don't know. So I'm hoping that there's a similar vibe in this book. And this book is Saltswept by Katalina Watt. A pirate faces the gallows drop, a farmer is given a terrible ultimatum to save her daughter, an acolyte ascends to priesthood, only to find that a blessing really can be a curse. These unlikely bedfellows band together with an inscrutable pickpocket and a talking otter cat in pursuit of the most hopeless of causes, to sail into the maelstrom, a raging whirlpool from which no one has ever escaped, and find the mysterious treasure hidden within it. Can there be honor amongst thieves? Without it, they might never see another sunrise. I skipped a paragraph in there, but you get it. It does kind of give, you know, One Piece vibes. We have some interesting characters, it sounds like, in this book. So, hopefully I like it. It might be a while before I read it, but I do plan on reading it eventually. Here's the book. I really like the cover. I like the octopus on the back. The edges are pretty fun. And I think this is the kind of interior design that I like. Because instead of like two people, it's like a whole scene. And I don't mind these people being here as much as I normally mind the people on the interior covers. Overall, I really like this design. I always love the inside covers, and it has a little bit of a texture with these golden lines down the tree, which is fun. And here's the letter inside. Cute. We got our map. So I guess because they're sailing, they go to a few different islands, and then it has the maelstrom in here. I like the design of this map. It's very fun. That is the entire box. Overall, I think it's a decent box. I like blankets. I use them. I like coasters. 2 decently useful items. And I could have done without the bookmarks. But I don't know what the 4th item would have been if we had it. But I'm pretty happy with this box. I think it's decent. Honestly, whenever there's ceramics, I'm pretty happy. That's it. I'm gonna keep this short. Happy reading. Bye.